Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Batchmakers. Make sure to
Like
comment.
and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to Batchmakers Ultimatum Edition.
Yeah,
First 5 episodes of what is this, season 3 for the show?
yeah, it's season 3 and hopefully final.
I, I've never watched this show before. I didn't know what I was getting into. Mike said, "Hey, we got some time. Let's talk about the show." I watched the first 5 episodes. I want your thoughts first before I give mine.
I mean, not as I remember it. I remember it being a little bit less mind numbing, as my roommate called it. But yeah, you know, it's a great idea. It's great in theory. The idea of an ultimatum and building a show around the ultimatum is great in theory. But then when you put it and you have them intermingle, you have them date each other's girlfriends and everything, that's when it becomes a little bit sticky.
I
Um,
I don't know where to start with this show. All these people, and I had this take after the first episode. I was like, all these people suck. Anyone who's there right
mhm.
now, anyone who has to offer this ultimatum and wants to go through the show, it's crazy. It's never going to work. These couples will never work if you got to this point. And then I don't
Oh yeah,
understand the logistics of, hey, I'm giving you an ultimatum. Now sign up for this show with me to do it. Like, how do you get the
Mhm.
other person on board with this?
Yeah. That's why it's. I think I have a couple theories with the couples that go on this show. They're either recently broken up couples that kind of just go on the show to go on the show, and maybe whatever comes from that. And maybe find someone new, whatever. Um, or it's people that know like we are in a toxic relationship, we're gonna break up, but might as well just go on this and see what happens. And maybe if it somehow does save our relationship, so maybe.
I'm also so tired of seeing Nick and Vanessa. I'm so
But
over them.
but we
Not
don't
the
see a
actual
lot of
couple.
them. We don't see a lot of them.
Yeah, I was happy with it.
We
But
don't see a
every
lot.
time Nick Lachey shows up on my screen, I just get angry. I he's got such a punchable face, and I don't like him.
Yeah, well, I mean, also no hate to Vanessa Lachey, but she also has a punchable face. Not saying I ever would, but if I was a chick, I would say that she has a punchable face.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Sorry.
It is also throwing me off because there's another Nick and Vanessa on the show who I'm sure we'll talk
Yeah.
about quite a bit.
Mhm.
Um, where do you want to start with this? How do
So
we how do we dive in?
I think we got to start with like first initial reactions of each couple of all
Okay.
six.
Like the original couples?
Yeah, the OGs,
Okay.
and then we can maybe talk about the
Then
new couples. We can first talk about the people that left, and then the new
yeah.
couples.
All right, so
And
I have a list pulled up here. We can just kind of go through it. First couple,
and
Zaina
I've got
and
a lot of
JR.
quotes, but we
Okay,
can
yeah,
just
you want to
do
rip
that.
through your quotes?
I've got.
Honestly,
Let's hit 'em one
anything
and done.
JR said. Anything JR said, we'll start talking about Zaina and JR because JR is every time he speaks, he makes me so angry. He's so
Yeah,
corny. And
yeah,
he does your bit when you do like the frat guy bit. That's him.
that's true. That is, yeah, no,
Like
that's
every
true.
time he does one of those lines, like honestly, like you're just looking so good right now. Like I see you doing your bit every time he talks. Yes, that.
I like wet kisses. I like give me all that spit. He said that. That's a quote. That's a direct
Crazy.
quote.
Yeah.
Give me all that spit. I'll get yeah. I've got a lot of JR quotes. He's a character for sure. Um, but yeah, I guess let's just start off with I guess Zaina and JR. That's who
Yeah.
they started off with.
Hmm.
And what I did notice about this couple, they started off with like showing pictures of them on like trips and stuff. They only did that with Xana and JR as to like make make it known to us that they were actually dating and this isn't like fake or whatever.
Yeah.
They like showed us pictures of their past, which I thought that was interesting, which makes even more sus that they could be a plant. Um,
Okay, that's the thing. I like Zaina.
yeah,
She
she's
seems
chill.
super cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman. Stunning. But she just
Yeah.
seems like way more mature. Might not be the I think mature than JR. JR just which was why I kind of like JR's move with hang out with Vanessa, they actually kind of feel right. But Zaina seems awesome, and I don't understand how all these couples, 50 to 60% of them, I don't understand how they're together.
Yeah, that's exactly why I have like the whole theory of they're already broken up if they're
Yeah.
just going on this because I don't get how you agree to do this. Obviously, you're not gonna you're not gonna have success in the relationship after the show. You're not. If
No.
you are, if you do, more power to you. And it's a funny story, I guess, to tell your kids maybe. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good for you.
It's
This
not
is
gonna
probably a stepping stone to get on Perfect Match. I,
I don't what's
honestly,
perfect which one's perfect match? What does that have?
it's the Bachelor in Paradise version of Netflix reality TV. So it's all the Netflix, the Love Is Blind people, Ultimatum people.
Oh.
They have a perfect match. It's actually a great idea. Like
Yeah.
it's like they get people from all their shows and can kind of
They're building out the Netflix love universe.
yeah
Like
man
the NLU. All
they're
right.
going.
All right, so yeah, we'll run through the OG couples and then kind of just talk about the drama. Next up would be Nick and Sandy. So,
Yeah,
right? That's who we
yeah.
had? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the big age gap. I think it's 12 years difference or 11 years.
11. 11.
30,
Nick's
38,
38, 27, yeah.
which there's nothing wrong with an age gap, but when you give the ultimatum to well, he gave the ultimatum to her, right?
Yes.
But like I was also confused by this one because at some point I think she also said I gave him the ultimatum. So it seemed like they were both giving each other the ultimatum, which made me seem like plant. Like these people are plants. Like I think she wanted to go on the show. I just watching Sandy, I'm like, you wanted to be here.
Yeah.
So did he give you the ultimatum? If he did, maybe like he was incenting and like hinting at an ultimatum, and then you were like, oh, there's a show. Let's go. Um, yeah, interesting
Nick
couple.
Nick is one where similar to the Nick from Love Is Blind, I think he's going to grow on me. I hated him initially. When he kept referring to himself, he's like, like he kept calling himself a creative. Shut up. Literally shut up, dude. Just like
Yeah,
you have a job, but I'm just like a
he's
creative. Like you can't really tie me down. Like it's like, dude, shut
it's
up.
like it's
No
it's
one
like
cares.
Cody Ko's character in Real versus Simi Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dad, shut up. I'm doing art.
paintball gunning. Yeah, this actually brings me to my first quote of the episode, and actually it was kind of a moment and a quote, but Nick says she's Coachellaing and I'm stage coaching, and they
Great
cut to
line.
Vanessa Sheehy, the host, and she has the most awful cackle laugh ever. I can't even describe the laugh, but they cut to her and she did it. I was just like,
What?
Vanessa, what just happened? What just happened? And it was a great line, and
He had that prepped for
oh yeah,
months.
he was probably
Months.
waiting to say that. Yeah, um, but yeah, I mean, this couple. I'm sure we'll get to them more when we're talking about the new
Yeah.
couple. But
Yeah, when we talk the new couples, we'll see like what are the odds they stay together.
hmm,
Next couple, Mariah and Caleb.
yeah,
So I'll say this: if I had to pick a favorite right now, it's Caleb.
oh, 100%. He's the
Caleb's a
chill.
cool dude.
He's
He just like
killer.
wait. So what was their deal? Who gave the ultimatum there? Um,
She gave it to him, and she's 24 years old.
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
And he's like, hey, like I want to marry you, but like we're
yeah,
good. We're good right now. I don't know how
yeah.
long they've been dating
I think
though.
2 or 3 years.
Oh,
Most of the couples were 2 3 years. Yeah, I
Mariah, what are we doing?
I think Mariah wanted to be on national television. That's she. I did write down Mariah's 24. Wow, she looks not 24, but she looks good. She was the only person I gave a follow to on Instagram. I'll say that.
Nice.
Yeah, no follow
And
back.
no fall
Uh,
back yet?
no follow back. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like Caleb a lot. He seems like the most well adjusted of this group. Where I forget who is he with now.
Aria.
Aria. Yeah. So he's like just coaching her through this and just like,
Yeah,
hey,
he's a
like,
homie. He's a homie.
hey, we're just gonna be like friends here. Let's figure this out. This is super fucked up that we're even here. Why are we doing this? But also, since we are here, let's just like help each other out. He's basically
Yeah,
playing therapist, which I don't know. He seems like a well adjusted human. I hope things work out with him and Mariah because I like Caleb, so I'm rooting for
Yeah.
him. He's the only
Even
one. He's the saving grace of the show right now for me because everyone else, I hope the worst for, which sounds terrible.
even when they were first coming into like the opening table scene, I guess, he like whispered into Mariah's ear, was like, "We don't have to do this. Like, we can back out now. Like, it's not too
Yeah,
late. Like, let's go." You can tell he doesn't want to fucking be here.
yeah,
So, props to him to sticking it out. But yeah, he's a
and then
homie.
and then moving on with Scotty and Arya.
Yeah.
Uh, S- I Scotty, he wants to be Caleb so bad, but he's more of a JR.
Nah, he wants to.
He
I
wants
think
to be
he
the nice
wants to be
guy.
Jr. No, he's kind of giving me Ramses vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's kind
Where
of
it's
giving me Ramses
so
vibe, where he,
fake.
yeah, fake kind of not really weaponizing his morality like Ramses did in an awful way. But I don't know, he just got this. Well, one, he looks like Kyron Williams. I'm gonna sports reference.
Yeah, it
First
does.
sports reference of the day. I can't not see Kyron Williams when I see him. He wears the glasses. He looks all like
Did
dripped
you see
up.
he has his socks like knee high?
No, I have
Takes his
not seen
Nike
it.
socks when they were playing basketball. Was that him? Yeah, they were playing basketball, right?
When are they playing
They were
basketball?
shooting hoops in the little gym. Was that not Scotty? Am I making that up?
I can't remember. Was that episode
I
one?
think I'm pretty sure it was, I think it was like episode 2 or 3. They're going on a little walk and he was
Mm,
shooting,
I,
but then he had his Nike socks all the way up, like no scrunch, just like I can't
he's
remember.
not messing around. He's not messing around.
It was weird. They were just like walking around like normal fit and then just like socks up to his like mid shin. I was like, what are we doing? But anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm nitpicking. Yeah, Scotty just he seems normal and fine, and then he just has these moments of like, whoa, dude, he got super mad over
Mhm. Over a lot of.
just random things, and he would just like he would snap quick. I was like, whoa, I feel like your true colors are showing. I think he knows he's on camera a lot, and a few times he's like, when he snaps, that's him, like that's real Scotty.
Oh yeah,
Just a
yeah,
little concerning. So that's what I'm seeing from
yeah.
him.
And I think the first red flag is nothing wrong with the dude giving the ultimatum. That's not how I think typically ultimatums go. I feel like
Mhm.
normally chicks in real life give the ultimatum, and he gave the ultimatum to her when he lives in a different city than her, and she's like in the peak of her career, and he's like, "Yo, move to my city and marry me." Red flag there, I think, in of itself. Um, like you're in long distance right now, and you're kind of just whipping out an ultimatum like that. Like that's
Yeah,
kind of wild. Then he was saying things on their last night together. He was like, "We don't have an emotional connection," and like I feel like I've been alone the past couple years. I'm like, dude, well, I was like, they don't stand a chance. Like they
yeah,
literally have. There's zero chance. I hope the best for Arya because she seems cool.
yeah.
She deserves
She,
better than
she's
Scotty.
she's also someone who should not be on this show. Just like mentally, it is taking a toll on
Mhm.
her. Next couple we gotta talk about. We can talk about them for like 2 seconds. Chanel and Micah. I guess
There's
now,
also one we skipped.
well, yeah. There's Vanessa and Dave.
Oh yeah.
That's the next one. But Chanel and Micah, they, I don't have much to say about them. They just left together.
Yeah, no, they had like 2 seconds of screen time. Chanel, gorgeous. I'll give her
Yeah,
that. Micah actually, I think, got one interview. Like that's it.
yeah.
Like he got actually like zero screen time. I don't think either of them really wanted to be there. Um, I don't know. Do you think they're still together? Don't
Probably.
care.
I honestly I don't care. First of all, but then actually, I mean, I do care. Love is love. We love
I
love
hope
here.
they're yeah. I hope they're together. I
Yeah.
hope they're together.
And then the similarly Vanessa and Dave, which this one was weird,
Weird.
weird
Really weird.
because
Really
first of all,
weird.
I felt so bad for Dave. He just kept getting bullied by the other ones. He just like, oh, I no chemistry there, and they just I don't know. It felt like he was the outcast of the group.
I think it's karma. I think that's the definition of karma because Dave literally said in his last night with Vanessa, he was like, "There's a high possibility that I connect with someone this week." He said that to Vanessa's face. I was like, "Nah." At that point, I was glad that he got friend zoned by literally every single
Everybody.
chick,
Um,
and then was like crying back to Vanessa when Vanessa low key was liking the experience.
Yeah.
I think she was out there flirting. She was out there flirting.
I I if I had to pick a second favorite, it might be Vanessa. I
Oh,
kinda liked Vanessa. Sue me. S
I have so many quotes from her. She's crazy.
She's a little
She's
crazy.
crazy.
She's a little crazy, but what can I say? I like Vanessa. I'm a fan.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised you like Vanessa.
That
That's
even though it's my opinion and I stand by it, you agreeing with my opinion now bothers me.
I'm just not surprised. I'm just not
What
surprised.
is that supposed to mean?
Vanessa is weird. Like,
Yeah.
let me just
Everyone's weird, Mike. Welcome to the world.
episode 1, timestamp 12:19. Vanessa says, "I'm a goofball. Like, actually, I'm the funniest." And I was just like,
Maybe
red
she
flag.
is.
No. If someone says that, run for the hills. Run for the hills.
Every Hinge profile ever. What's something I should know about you is I'm the funniest person ever.
That's immediate X. Next one.
I don't know, but something about Vanessa. I thought she was charming. I liked her. I'm a fan.
I bet you can't get me to go on a date with you. X.
Okay.
Sorry.
But yeah, so Vanessa, that was the weirdest exit. So those last two couples are the two that left just abruptly. No footage of it, just a title card.
Mhm.
They looked like they died. But Vanessa seemed to be hitting it off with Nick and then just vanished out of thin air. Which also I did read one article as I was waiting for this episode. She didn't actually just ghost him. They had a conversation, but for some
Oh.
reason they like didn't air it and made it seem like there was no footage of it. It's like they literally Vanessa told Nick she was leaving.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that like the whole them leaving was shot like a horror film.
Yeah.
Like it shot like it was like somebody just died. Like it was the craziest thing since sliced bread or whatever. Like it was like
Yeah.
boom. They had the music and it was like boom. The title thing. Blah, 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 met in secret. They decided to leave the experiment.
Yeah.
And then they have all the nighttime cameras, which are pretty scary. Which
Yeah.
I love the nighttime
The
cameras.
grainy
Love them.
footage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So my whole thing with them, I'm fine with them leaving. Like they should be able to leave if they want to leave.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
The other two just get screwed over though. Nick and is it
Mariah.
Mariah? Yeah. Nick and Mariah are just chilling. They should let them just go home for 2 weeks and then come back when you have to switch. But also now that I think about it, you get a
But
bunch
it's
of
kind of fun.
you get a
to
free
watch.
resort and they probably pay for everything. So I guess might as well keep the perks and do all that because there's no way Nick's like out there paying for his own groceries for the next 2 weeks, right? They'd have
I
to
think
pay
there's-
for that stuff.
No, I think they still pay for the groceries.
Really?
I think that it's like Love is Blind, where it's like they're all based in LA and
Yeah.
they're just renting out an apartment complex. They all like stay at the same apartment complex.
Oh.
They're still just like living their lives. Like I think they go to work and stuff.
Okay, that was my other thing because it felt like some of them were like going to work, others weren't. I wasn't sure. And then also, that's a long time. Was it 3 weeks?
3 weeks is
Yeah.
a long time.
Which, I
Of-
mean, in the grand scheme of reality dating shows, that's a long time because we're used to Bachelor, other Love is Blind felt shorter. 3 weeks a long time to like live with someone. Also,
Yeah.
another pet peeve of this show, them immediately like they have their final night together with the OG couples and then they break up the next day and then immediately start referring to them as their ex. Like I don't
Yeah.
buy it. It's like it's a dumb
It's corny.
it's just a dumb process, I think. Because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
my ex. It's like then it gets confusing. Because I'm like, who was with who? I don't
Mhm.
remember. And like, are you actually broken up or not? It's weird.
Yeah, they need a better way of like knowing who's with who at the start because it took me a while to be like, all right, this person was with this person. They need to have like little faces when they show when there's like if they're interviewing, you know, Vanessa, right? They need to have like wait, who's she with? Dave's face, like in the bottom left, be like Dave's original girlfriend, or you know, I don't know. They need a better way of doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole process of calling X, that's got to be like, they got to be told to say that.
Yeah, they
no
definitely
way-
make a point.
Yeah, there's no way like you're actually saying that. And if you accidentally say that, they probably make you reshoot that and
Yeah.
say X.
And
100%.
also, another question I had was when they make like the choice and they have a little Last Supper, red wedding type dinner table. So
So
crazy.
fun.
So insane.
But kind of electric. Kind of
Yeah,
electric.
but
Like when JR was going up and they had the music, they had everything pumped up, like he actually had a choice, even though everybody
what
knew what he was
happens
going
if
to do.
someone just doesn't get chosen? Like it matched up perfectly 6 and 6 and they all switched partners. What if someone
Yeah.
just like I thought Dave wasn't gonna get chosen by somebody. Like what if it's an odd number?
But there's always even numbers. There's always 6 guys, 6 girls, no matter what. There's going to be.
Will they pair them up even if they don't choose each other? Like they don't know each other?
I mean, they also probably know what's happening going in. And so
Yeah.
that probably, they
I
can.
don't know. I just it felt I thought someone was gonna not get picked and then it'd just be super awkward.
It did just feel weird to just watch that whole thing and then think about like actually being there with your
Yeah.
girlfriend of 2 or 3 years. And then she's just like walking out holding hands with somebody new, just like, and you're just like, all right, like
Yeah.
let's
All right.
fucking go.
Let's fucking go. It's like, and then you're like, all right, see you in 3 weeks. And they put these
It's like,
engagement
oh,
rings out.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't like the whole new twist. Oh, now we have rings. Like, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I don't buy a single thing. What's his name? Neil Lane. He's probably sponsoring this shit too.
Yeah. Sick brand deal, Netflix. Congrats. I don't know. That whole process is weird. All right. And then new couples, they start living together. Some of them sleep in the same bed. Some go pull out couches. Some just leave and go home.
Which, objectively, the right move. As a dude, night one, your ass should be on the pull-out
Pull
couch.
out couch. 1000%.
It's actually wild that some slept in the same bed. That's
Shocking.
cheating. Cheating. That's
Yeah.
cheating. Cheating.
But they're exes.
And oh well, she's my trial marriage wife, so we're married now, so it only makes sense to stay in the same bed. Shut the fuck up. You were dating for 3 years. Get yourself on the couch.
Pull that couch out, lay on it. Go be uncomfy, deal with it. Um, what? Okay, let's just do it this way. Of the new couples, I guess that's what we refer to them as. Who has the best chance of staying together? And
Honestly,
it.
hot take maybe. Caleb and Arya started out
Oh,
as friends. What if that blossoms into something more than friends? I think they have of the new people. I think they have the best shot of like actually like because Arya's original person Scotty sucks,
sucks.
right?
Yeah.
And Caleb didn't want to be here. Mariah kind of sucks.
Does she? Does she though?
I think she kind of does.
I don't know
If
if
she
I
was
picking
24
up on
giving an
that.
ultimatum, I think you suck enough to like put him through this.
Yeah.
So
I don't
let's
hate
see them
that.
trauma bonding over that and be like, hey, let's one thing leads to another. Maybe they have too much wine,
Yeah.
so,
I'm not I'm sold on Caleb. I'm not completely sold on Mariah or Arya yet. They're gonna have to prove themselves to me this next time through. But yeah, I'm out on Scotty. Definitely out on him.
Mhm.
So who knows?
Yeah, and I think we're gonna get more Scotty being crazy moments, especially when he goes back to living with Arya. I think it's gonna be
Yeah, I think he's gonna.
we're gonna
It's
get
gonna
we're
go.
gonna get some moments from him.
Yeah, once his guard
He's
gets down a
definitely
little bit.
one of the three villains of this show. I would say there's three.
Who are the other two?
Um,
Jr. and
Sandy.
Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
So
say
that would
there's.
Jr. and Sandy feel like the one couple that might work because they're both kind of. Let's say
No.
it, the worst.
Yeah, they do suck, but I don't think they're working.
Wait, okay,
And
I'll
the
say this.
whole
Any combination of those. So you have Nick and Sandy, Zaina and JR. Power ranking them from craziness. Least crazy, Zaina. Third least crazy might be Nick.
yeah,
Then Sandy and JR.
Nick and JR are different types of crazy. Same with
Yeah.
Sandy, they're just different. Nick's still crazy, but he's different
Yeah.
type
He's a
of
creative crazy. You can't put him in a
yeah.
box. Like
I'm just a creative.
no one else here gets my vibe because like they're all corporate finance bros, but I'm just a
Like,
creative.
are you okay with like incense and shit in the
Yeah.
house?
What about Sage?
I
You
like
fuck with Sage? Because
I
I
like
do.
stage.
Yeah.
It really helps me get in my element
Yeah.
and help
We don't
me
talk enough about
be
auras
better.
around here. You know, what's happening in here? Not even here, just overall spirituality, you know? Gosh, I hated that so much when he was just. It's like you have a job. Like I'm not anti. I mean, look at this. I'm
Artist.
not anti-artist
His
or
paintings looked good.
creative. It's
His paintings looked good.
yeah, it's awesome. Do your thing, but don't make it a personality.
Your
Still,
whole
yeah,
personality.
it's. I don't know. That just
You wouldn't get it.
yeah,
You podcaster.
yeah.
You it's a different form of art. Like you wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else here understands the creative process that goes into podcasting, and it's just you won't be on my level, and that's all right. We just operate in different worlds. All right. Anyone else of those new couples you think might last? So we have JR and Sandy, Nick's by himself now. We have Mariah by herself, Caleb and Aria, and then is that it? Scotty and Zaina.
Oh yeah, they don't. I don't think they have a shot. Maybe, but I think Zaina. We saw that little interaction with Zaina's friends
Mm-hmm.
when Scotty was like meeting her friends, and you could tell her friends did not fuck with Scotty at
Yeah.
all, and we're kind of like, JR was cool.
Yeah,
Like she
I
seems
can't
like
believe they like JR.
better with JR. Yeah, so maybe JR is just kind of putting on a front
Yeah.
for the cameras because you saw him like, oh, also when they showed JR getting ready and he had his little like narration, he was like, yeah, I work out and like I think I should be able to show off my body because I put so much time into it. Which like I get
Are you
that,
fine if
right?
I bring out my scale during dinner?
Oh, that
Dude.
pissed me off. That at that point, bro, like, yeah, he has a great body, but you're not like a bodybuilder with like 4% body fat, bro. Like, it's not that deep with you. I'm sorry. Like, you're not going on Mr. Olympia. Like, let's relax.
Yeah.
Um, and
God.
then he sprayed his cologne.
Oh,
That motherfucker did 7 sprays of
that was
cologne
that was a
of
seven spray.
of Tom Ford. I think it was Oud Wood, which is a very strong cologne. I was like, dude, the whole bar is going to be able to smell him walking in,
What's
which
his
makes sense on
Instagram?
JR.
He was saying he's full on influencer. Does he have that kind of following?
I mean, Mariah has 5K right now, which I guess we could monitor this
Yeah.
as time
What's
goes on.
JR's name?
I mean, I think it's just JR.
I can't just type in JR and find him.
JR
Oh, here we
Smith
go. Here we go. JR Warren.
Warren.
Oh yeah, he's got a following. He's got 87K.
Wonder how much of that was like after
He
he
does.
started
He's the
airing.
full influencer fitness guy.
Yeah.
What I eat in a day. Is this Michael Bailey?
Nah, he doesn't eat like me. He does a scale. He's too absorbed in the scale. Let's see if he's on steroids.
How would you find out? Besides just
Just
looking at him.
looking at his body.
Yeah.
Nah, he's actually probably not on steroids.
All right. Anything? Any other quotes you want to bring up?
I mean, shit, I got a lot of quotes. I also time-stamped all my quotes.
Good. Send that to me. We'll put them in there.
But time-stamped as in how many minutes were left in the episode. Because when you pause it,
Okay.
that's what you see.
Yeah.
You know? So that's... But I also didn't start that till episode 2.
That's fine.
Um,
Also, to circle back, I think Zaina ends up single at the end of this.
and I hope she does.
Yeah.
She deserves to be single.
Yeah, I think she's
be
gonna have a
single
moment. She's
Same with Arya. Actually, no. She could get back with Caleb.
yeah.
Wait, no. She's not with Caleb.
Yeah.
No, she's original Scotty.
Yes, you're right. That there's no way. I think Scotty ends this single. Zaina ends this single. Yeah. What's the fate? Let's go through. I do think JR and Sandy end up together. I think Nick ends up single. I think Zaina ends up single. I think Mariah and Caleb work it out.
I think Nick and Sandy get back together. I think they
Okay.
work it out.
I like that. Scotty
think-
ends up single. Arya leaves him, and then the other ones are already left.
I think JR ends up single. I think she dumps JR. What are the other ones? Caleb and Mariah.
And then
I'll say they work it out.
Scotty and Arya. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely break up.
Yeah.
There's not a chance.
All right. We'll rip through some quotes, and we'll leave.
Yeah,
it
so
at that.
there was there's a little crossover. We have a Bachelor and Ultimatum crossover. I don't know if you noticed this,
Uh-uh.
but I believe Nick said this at, and he was like, I don't know exactly what he said, but he said the golden ultimatum.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
he was 38 because he was 38, and
Yeah.
so he was like, "Oh yeah, it's like the golden ultimatum for me." And I'm like, "But,
What?
but that's
That's the
that's a
show.
bachelor.
Is that the
That's like gold."
Bachelors?
How old are you? Like,
I'm 38.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm the golden ultimatum.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's like golden bachelor. So that was a little cool quote I saw. Oh my god, Vanessa is so insufferable. I'm sorry, I don't know
I like
how.
Vanessa. I do. Is this gonna be a Ramses thing where I end up liking the worst person ever?
Well, Vanessa's gone, so
Yeah.
we're not gonna see any more of her. But she was in one of her interviews. She was like, "I can't do math very well. It's been 1 week. That means we have 7 more weeks left."
It's week 1, and we have. I can't do math very well, but it's like 7 more weeks to go. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. It's a
I'm like,
funny bit.
No, it's not
It's a funny
funny.
bit,
It's not.
Mike.
It's not. The whole pretending not to know what 8 minus 1 is not funny at
I
all.
laugh.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
laughing right now. It's a funny bit.
Also, JR's obsession with Sandy's calves.
Yeah.
Showing off your calves here, like suddenly, like,
I wasn't. I was like thinking my foot, but I was like, oh.
guys would kill for your legs. Like, we could trade calves. They're huge. In a good way. What's your favorite body part?
He brought it up 3 separate times, like 3 separate scenes. He was like, "Man, we should trade calves. Any guy would die for your
I think he's
calves.
jealous.
I love big calves." I was just like, "Bro, what are you
I
talking?"
think
Like,
he's
let's go
super
back.
insecure about his own calves, and then he's just jealous of hers. He's like, "Wait, like, what kind of workouts you do? What kind of calf workouts do you do? How can I get those calves?"
Yeah, and that whole conversation when he was just like, "Yeah, what's your kissing style?"
What type of kisser are you?
I guess I'm more of like a lip kisser. I like to
sloppy.
bite on lip. You like sloppy?
Yeah, like give me all that spit. Like, let me put my tongue down your throat.
Oh boy.
And do it to me too.
Stop.
I want to taste it all.
And she was like,
Which is
"Oh,
a crazy
my lip."
question to ever ask a person.
Mhm.
What?
And he was like, "Yeah, I like spit and all that. Like, I like give me all that spit." I was like,
I think I'll say this. I don't think he has any game whatsoever. He just is massive and a good-looking dude.
Mhm.
He just
Yeah.
relies on that because that you only ask that question because he wants to kiss her.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
he's like, how do you kiss? Because I kiss like this. What do you think about that shit? And that took 10 minutes for him to. He could have kissed her.
Oh, okay. At the end of episode 1, the Arya and Scotty conversation, when Arya was like crying at the little like social gathering they had, and then Scotty's just said like, "Arya, come on, I have never disrespected you." When he was literally holding Zayn's hand.
Yeah, he
like, just
started
walking.
yelling. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
that felt like real Scotty.
That was the first real inclination of Scotty's crazy, controlling, manipulative, to say the least.
Yeah.
Um,
Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it every. You know that movie?
No.
All right.
I guess the whole interaction, we didn't really talk about this. The Nick coming over at night
Oh, yeah.
to JR and Sandy's place.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm crazy for thinking this, but like, I don't think Nick's in the wrong for that.
Yeah.
I think that's a very valid emotional response to like want to have a conversation with
Yeah.
your girlfriend of 3 years. I think that's
Yeah.
just
And then JR being
so
like, don't
fair.
talk to my girl like that. Like, what?
Yeah, be like, "What the fuck is up, buddy?
Yeah.
Don't talk to my girl like that. Get out of here." I was like,
Like,
and
what do you
Sandy
think you want?
seemed like okay with JR's response.
Yeah,
to
Sandy was like,
and,
that was so disrespectful of Nick. What?
Okay, we're not doing this. You need to leave. You This is so not fair. It's not okay.
I don't know you. You don't know me. Stop it. You don't know my girl. You don't know my name. Why did this? Oh, really? Yeah. Just not funny, man. Come on. You're not funny. I know I'm not fucking funny. Bro, believe. Like, you're embarrassing yourself. Seriously.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it was. I think it was disrespectful of like you to not like talk to the person you've been dating for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually like really pissed me off. I was like, what is?
And then also,
what?
Nick is by himself going stir crazy in that apartment.
Mhm.
Probably,
Yeah.
probably just boozing a little bit. Night gets
Yeah.
dark, and he's like, you know what? I want to talk to my girlfriend. And then
Yeah.
JR's like,
knowing that they live in the same apartment complex, like they all live, like that's
bro,
that's
I don't
gonna be
like
tough.
I don't like that you know where I live, bro. Dude, we're all in the same apartment complex. Like what?
Yeah.
JR was so defensive about it. And then this is when I started to like Nick. He apologized. He was like, hey man, I was out of line. He went up and then
Yeah.
JR was like, dude, I lost all respect for you, dude. Like
That was
it's like, what?
that whole interaction when they were in that little booth, because at the start it was just JR, Nick, and Caleb.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed it, because Caleb, they kept showing Caleb, and he was just going like,
Yep.
like a tennis match. They're like, and Nick goes up and says JR like right away, like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that
He didn't need to
response
apologize, but
was
he did.
necessary. He did not need to apologize.
Yeah.
Everybody made it seem like Nick was in the wrong for that, which is wild. And JR was just like, I lost all respect for you. And thankfully, at least Scotty's coming at JR a bit for something else. Like apparently Scotty made up a rumor about him being here for Hall Pass, which
definitely true.
Seems valid.
Yeah.
Seems like a very true rumor. Which that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
But
that it?
Yeah. There's another thing I wrote down, the did you eat without me? You thought wrong.
Oh yeah. Scotty got super mad. He's like, why are you I don't want a girl that's eating without me. What?
Did you eat without me?
Yeah. I figured you ate without me.
You figured wrong.
It changed the tone of the whole conversation.
This is just not what I was looking for in a trial wife.
Morning.
Someone that just eats without me.
Yeah.
The girls got to eat.
That was to Zaina. That was to Zaina.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was Scott and his new person. She was like, "Oh yeah, I already ate." And he's like, "You eating without me? Like you thought wrong." I was like,
crazy.
All right, Scotty is about to have some more crazy moments if this is what we're already getting.
1,000%. So we'll do another episode whenever the next ones drop, and we'll go from there. But that's it. Vikings are kicking off right now, so I got to go see that. But thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching this episode of Batch Makers. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider joining our Patreon page linked in the description below. It's $5, cup of coffee, and it helps support us a ton. Thank you, and maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and from next week on the Batch Makers, we shave Wyatt's head off.
Maybe. Only one way to find out.
By tuning in.
That was implied.
Back to you in the studio.
And cut.
Thanks, Julianne.